internet, and through time, people are discovering all kind of documentation and this and that, and they're publicizing this information. So our experience in this land as African Americans has been one that's been very interesting. So we talked about how we survived the slave ships, and I challenged you last week to look at the configurations of a slave ship. And a matter of fact, I was supposed to provide something to you, so I will make sure that we send it to our I'll make sure that we send it to our Facebook team, and that they'll get the information out to you. Are we good?
I had to keep talking. I'm recording you. Keep going.
Okay. So so I will make sure we get the information out to our team so they can show you some diagrams of what the slave ship actually looked like and what our foreparents had to do to survive. Remember, in 1619, although they started with, they believed somewhere between 250 and 350 enslaved men and women, only about 50 made it to Jamestown because of death, because of jumping overboard, and because the ship was shipped. I was about to say carjacked in our term, but it was shipjacked by the Portuguese and by Spain, who stole slaves from that ship, boarded the ship, stole slaves, and took them to Brazil and to some of the other islands. And so that's why you see so many dark-skinned people in Latin countries. We all come from the motherland all through this transatlantic slave trade. So God had to have been looking at this and saying, how am I going to help these people? How am I going to help them? They already know about me. Matter of fact, when I told you this last week, and I promise I'm trying to set the stage in this case as your first time being with us in this series. And so I told you last week that Jesus himself, Mary and Joseph, went and hid in Africa when Herod was trying. I just want to let people know that we have an understanding of who God is. They're still African. They go to places that Jesus walked and played as a child. There's a certain tribe in Africa that still believes that they are in possession of the original Ark of the Covenant. We now know that God has poured his spirit out to all humanity, but they believe that they actually have the actual Ark itself. And so, imprint on it. So, with that being said, it brings us to today. And I believe last week I referenced Jackie Robinson, and I referenced his brother. And I kind of want to pick up there and bring us as close to modern day conscience to bring the sermon home. But we'll see what all we can get through today. So, had it not been for him and for Branch Rickey wanting to make some money. Why do I say that? I say that for a couple reasons. A lot of people don't realize that the Negro League at that time was drawing more money at the gate than what the Major League Baseball teams were. So much so that when Babe Ruth was